Good morning, students. Today we are going to learn the seventh chapter Glimpses of India Tea from Assam, Part 3 by Arup Kumar Datta. Children, Pranjal, a youngster from Assam, is Rajveer's classmate at school in Delhi. Pranjal's father is the manager of tea garden in Upper Assam, and Pranjal has invited Rajveer to visit his home during the summer vacation. The lesson is about two friends, Pranjal and Rajveer, who are traveling to Pranjal's hometown, Assam, for the summer vacation. Assam is known as the tea country. It has the largest concentration of plantation in the world. During their journey, they discuss about the various legends that are known to have discovered tea. The story tells us about the popularity of tea as a beverage. Children, in this video, we are going to learn the detailed explanation of the chapter Tea from Assam. Now, let's read the lesson paragraph wise and understand it. Now, let's start the chapter. Chai, garam chai, a vendor called out in a high pitched voice. He came up to the window and asked, Chai Sahib? Give us 2 cups, Pranjal said. They sipped the steaming hot liquid. Almost everyone in their compartment was drinking tea too. Do you know that over 80 crore cups of tea are drunk every day throughout the world? Rajveer said. You, exclaimed Pranjal. Tea really is very popular. Here, children, steaming means that is extremely very hot. Exclaimed, it means that cry out suddenly in surprise. In this paragraph, the scene is set on a train station where a tea vendor asked the two friends if they would like to buy some freshly made hot tea. So they decided to have 2 cups of tea, joining almost everyone else in their compartment. With this, Pranjal highlights the fact that almost every 80 crores cups of tea are consumed every day throughout the world. Indeed, tea is a popular beverage all over the world. Now, in the next paragraph, the train is pulled out of the station. Pranjal buried his nose in his detective books again. Rajveer too was an ardent fan of detective stories, but at that moment he was keener on looking at the beautiful scenery. It was green, green everywhere. Rajveer had never seen so much greenery before. Then the soft green paddy fields gave way to tea bushes. It was a magnificent view. Against the backdrop of densely wooded hills, a sea of tea bushes stretched as far as the eye could see. Dwarfing the tiny tea plants were tall, sturdy, shade trees, and amidst the orderly rows of bushes busily moved doll like figures. Here, let's see the meanings of the difficult words. Paddy fields, children, you know that the field where rice is grown, and backdrop, this is what is lie behind or beyond. As far as I could see, here it means that for a long distance until someone is so far away and small, it cannot be seen any more. Now, drafting, that is what? Cause to seem small or insignificant in comparison. Then next we have sturdy, that is what is strong. Amidst is what is in the middle of. Now, in this paragraph, as soon as the train started moving, Pranjal got engaged in reading his detective books. Both the friends were huge fans of detective books. But Rajveer chose to look out the scenes. There was greenery all around, something Rajveer had never seen before. After green paddy fields came tea plantation. As far as he was able to look out, only tea bushes were visible, so much so that the narrator compared it to a sea of tea bushes. In the background, there were hills with dense forest. In between tea plantation, there were orderly rows of tall and strong trees that were moving because of the wind. Now, in the next paragraph, in the distance was an ugly building with smoke billowing out of tall chimneys. Hey, a tea garden, Rajveer cried excitedly. Pranjal, who had been born and brought up on a plantation, did not share Rajveer's excitement. Oh, this is tea country now, he said. Assam has the largest concentration of plantation in the world. You will see enough gardens to last you a lifetime. Children, here we have only one difficult word, billowing, that is moving or flowing outwards. Concentration is the next one, is cluster. Now here in this paragraph, the both the friends, that is as the train was moving, Rajveer saw was an ugly building with smoke coming out. It was tea garden. Rajveer got excited, but Pranjal, who had seen all of it during his childhood, did not match up his friend's enthusiasm. Pranjal tells him that they have entered Assam, which is known as a tea country. The state has maximum number of tea plantations in the world. Now in the next paragraph, I have I have been reading as much as I could about tea, Rajveer said. No one really knows who discovered tea, but there are many legends. What legends? Well, there's the one about Chinese emperor who always boiled water before drinking it. One day, a few leaves of the twigs burning under the pot fell into the water, giving it a delicious flavor. It is said they were tea leaves. So therefore here, now before visiting the tea country, Rajveer read a lot about his tea and who it was discovered. There were numerous theories, and one of which was about Chinese emperor who had a habit of drinking boiled water. Once upon a time, when it was boiling, a few leaves fell into it and it tasted delicious, and it is said that those leaves were tea leaves. And in the next paragraph, tell me another, scoffed Pranjal. We have an Indian legend too. Bodhidharma, an ancient Buddhist ascetic, cut off his eyelids because he felt sleepy during meditation. 10 tea plants grew out of the eyelids. The leaves of these plants, when put in hot water and drunk, banished sleep. Tea was first drunk in China, Rajveer added. As far back as 2700 BC. In fact, words such as tea, chai, chini are from Chinese. Tea came to Europe only in the 16th century and was drunk more as medicine than as beverage. Children, now in this difficult word, aesthetic, characterized by severe self-discipline. Now, it is a typical for religious reasons. Banished, get rid of. Now, here, on being asked by Pranjal, Rajveer told another story about Indian legends, Bodhidharma. He was a Buddhist monk who had cut his eyelids because he used to feel sleepy while meditation. Eventually, tree plants grew out of his eyelids, which, upon consuming after boiling with water, helped in getting rid of sleep. Further, Rajveer highlighted a few facts that stated that tea dates back 2700 BC and was first consumed in China. And the word tea, chai, etc., all have been originated from the Chinese language. Now let's see the next para. The train clattered into Mariani Junction. The boys collected their luggage and pushed their way to the crowded platform. Pranjal's parents were waiting for them. Soon they were driving towards Dekhai Bari, the tea garden managed by Pranjal's father. An hour later, the car veered sharply off the main road. They crossed the cattle bridge and entered the Khaibari tea estate. See here, we have only two difficult words, that is clattered, you see, that is a loud sound or a noise made by the train here. Now veered is what is something a change in the direction. Now in this paragraph, the train had stopped and the boys reached their destination, where they gathered their luggage and boarded and the train, only to find a platform that was too crowded. Now Pranjal's parent had come to receive them. Almost an hour they reached Dekhai Bhari, Pranjal's tea garden, after taking a turn and making their way through the cattle bridge. Now let's see the next paragraph of the concluding page. On both sides of the gravel road were acre upon acre of tea bushes, all neatly pruned on the same height. Groups of tea pluckers with bamboo baskets on their back, wearing plastic aprons, were plucking a newly sprouted leaves. Children, here we have only two again. Gravel is a small rounded stones often mixed with sand. Okay. Now pruned, that is what is here cut away from the tree. In this paragraph here, they discusses that their tea gardens were stretched upon a vast area of land. All the bushes were cut to the same height and they had been taken care of. On the fields, tea pluckers were seen wearing an apron and carrying the bamboo baskets in order to pluck up freshly sprouted leaves. Now in the next page, we have the Pranjal's father slowed down to allow a tractor pulling a trailer load of tea leaves to pass. This is the second flush or sprouting period, isn't it, Mr. Baura? Rajveer asked. It's lasts from May to July and yields the best tea. You seem to have done your homework before coming, Pranjal's father said in surprise. Yes, Mr. Baura, Rajveer admitted. But I hope to learn much more while I am here. So, in this last concluding paragraph of the Glimpses of India, a tea from Assam, see here, we have only the one of the difficult word, that is what you know very well, the meaning sprouting period. That is what, when the plant sends out new growth. That is the second harvest of tea leaves in a season. Okay, fine, children. Now let's see here what does he says here. On their way to the fields, Pranjal's father gave way to a tractor that was loaded with tea leaves. On seeing this, Rajveer says that this is the second sprouting period in the year that lasts from May to July and gives excellent yield. Pranjal's father, who seems impressed, replies that he seems to have done a lot of research before coming. Pranjal, who was excited about learning more about the amazing beverage, showed his intention for the same. So, children, this is the lesson, a tea from Assam. Now, I hope that you have understood the chapter. Children, thank you for watching the video. Stay home, be safe.